home warranty update. Code and permit upgrades do not cover rooms and additions. It pertains to appliances that perhaps need to be brought up to code upon repair or replacement. Additionally, covering the pulling of the permit in order to complete the task. So, if you think that a code upgrade, when you mark that box on the contract, it doesn't cover the permits if they did a room addition or something like that. It's if the furnace or the air conditioning or a major unit within the property needs to be upgraded. Here's something interesting. Facebook is used by 500 plus million users. LinkedIn and Twitter have 75 million users. This sounds kind of no-brainer-ish to me, but I'm going to read it anyway. Personal safety. Don't put your full birthday on there. You put the month and the day. Don't put the year. A very successful hacker within 10 tries could get your social security number from your birth date and have all of that information that they need about you. Don't put your home address. If one of them requires an address, use a P.O. box or your business address. Be careful what you post. Specific vacation dates, client information. There was actually a story on the news yesterday where a gal had put that her and her fiance were headed out of town for a vacation, and one of her friends on Facebook broke into her house, stole her TV. She had a video camera so they knew who it was. It was her friend on Facebook.
It was her neighbor from across the street.
It was her neighbor from across the street, exactly.
Wow.
So be careful who you friend on Facebook and the information that you put on Facebook. You know, they have groups. You can specify family, friends, work associates, clients, those kinds of things. Allow some information about yourself to show to everyone so they know you're in real estate. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine on Facebook the other night, and one of the comments was, "Oh my God, is everybody on Facebook a realtor?" So, domestic violence, SB 782. This was brought out, I want to say a little more than a year ago. If you have a tenant in a lease situation in a property, and that tenant is a victim of domestic violence, sexual assault, and or stalking, and they are able to procure or produce to you a police report stating such, they are permitted to break their lease with the landlord by giving the landlord the report. If a tenant is being harassed by domestic violence, sexual assault, or stalking as a landlord, you cannot evict them because of that reason, though. The other neighbors are complaining, not reason to evict them. Let's see, if two people are on the lease and one of them victimizes the other by one of the three stated above and a restraining order is provided, the locks can be changed if requested by the resident living in the dwelling, and the person who is restricted from the property is still responsible to pay rent. In November of next year, the SSL, the short sale listing addendum, will be replaced with an SSIA, which is a short sale information and advisory. Also in November, the smoke detector water heater will no longer be necessary, as it will be on the transfer disclosure statement. Non-transfer disclosure statement transactions must still have the disclosures. So if you've got a bank-owned home that you're purchasing, they're not providing you with a TDS, you still need to have the smoke detector and the water heater. November of 2011 is when the carbon monoxide detector for properties will be included on the TDS. So keep that in the back of your mind for properties that are coming on. SB 183 is that bill. It requires all existing single-family homes to install a carbon monoxide detector by July 1st of 2011, and all other dwelling units, multifamily, new homes, etc., to do so by January of 2013. The bill further requires that a CO detector check-off be added to the transfer disclosure statement, and that as public and or private resources are made available, the environmental hazards booklet be updated to include a section on carbon monoxide. In addition, the bill consolidating existing smoke detector and water disrupting into the TDS, and this eliminated separate disclosure forms from the transaction.